Finally got through to him.
He did. He did indeed. He realized this young man is stubborn and refuses to bend the knee.
Uh-huh.
And I do like that. Like, Achilles is actually trying to be nice here. He's just doing it in a terrible, fucking, stupid way.
Yeah, it's just like, just get the fuck off my property, please.
Like, get the fuck off. You do not want to be part of this war. Once you're in it, you do not get out of it.
Sorry.
Uh-huh.
Not your fault. This whole place is ready to come down. Goddamn miracle it hasn't already. Anyway, who are you?
My name is Radohangado.
Right. Well, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that.
I'm not going to try and pronounce
tell
that.
me why you're here.
Wow. Probably,
I was told to seek this symbol.
Though.
I mean, because I still remember,
Do
like,
you even
the,
know
the
what
lead
that
up to
symbol
this game
represents?
when they were talking about,
Or what it is you're
characters,
asking
like, his
for?
name is this. And it's like, you're trying to read this preview article.
And yet, here you are.
The spirit said that I am...
These spirits of yours have been harassing the assassins for centuries. Ever since Ezio uncorked the bottle. But you don't even know what an assassin is, do you? Well, best settled in then. I've got a story to tell, and it's gonna take a while to get it all out.
Hey, this chair functions.
Not to mention, you know, getting to be indoors for once.
Yeah.
And where it's in a warm fire.
And so, this is why the assassins have dedicated themselves to the pursuit of the Templars.
Yeah. We don't need to hear all that crap.
We've gone through it already.
Visions
nice fast
will
forward.
become reality.
Then I will stop them.
I like that
doubt
Connor
you'll
is
try.
very intelligent.
Come on, I've something to show you. Careful.
Yep. Gotta do some moderation.
It wasn't
here
a
quick.
joke when I said this place was coming apart.
Why don't you repair it?
What's the point?
It's also a very innocent.
Besides,
young man.
I don't have materials for the job.
Yeah? I mean...
So
'cause
buy
at this
them.
point, yeah, it's like, yep, he's lost his family, and... You know... he didn't ask to be
Look
made.
at me!
It has
You think I can just
That's
march
like what
into
does.
some store, purse full of pounds, and go shopping?
Yes. Why not?
So naive.
Because Connor doesn't understand what racism is.
Nope.
I love
This
it.
way.
I love, like...
I mean, and it makes
This
sense.
is
because
a
it's like,
very clever way to approach the subject matter. By, like, as Native American, he's subject to it without knowing what it is.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you know, these fucking pale faces just showed up. I don't know what their deal was.
It's a very, like, clever way of approaching the topic. I will, like, again,
Uh-huh.
you do have to give Ubisoft some credit for at least that much.
But don't think you can just come in here, throw those on, and call yourself an assassin.
I did not. I would never presume...
That's all right. I know they've a certain allure.
Oh, yeah, they look like...
They do look cool.
Very well.
It looks...
I'll train
so
you.
the other thing I will...
Then
also
we'll
give a
know if
positive
you've
to
the right
is
to wear those robes.
Because
Thank you.
Ezio's look
Name's Achilles.
compared to Altair, yeah, was something. And especially, like, because he had drip.
Yeah.
And then...
Although all Tigers are very, very practical. Like, his robes
Come
were
on,
sort
then.
of white because they wanted to blend in with the
We've
stars.
work to do.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's
as well as,
became
like-
the look of the assassins from there on out.
And everything about the suit, like, when you get to it, is
You are a
the
speck
color
of
and the
dust,
look of it and the
a
design.
nothing. You
Oh,
and
boy, here
all
we
your
go.
Hey,
kind,
look, I know that person.
living in the dirt like animals, oblivious to the true ways of the world.
What do the Templars want?
what they've always
Geez,
wanted.
that sounds like something
Control.
somebody said to him once.
Yeah.
They see an opportunity in the colonies, a chance for new beginnings, unfettered by the chaos of the past. This is why they backed the British. Here they have a chance
Also,
to illustrate the merits of their
I'm gonna
beliefs.
bring this
A
up
people in service to the
As we've
principles
seen the
of
heel
order
turn happen
and
with
structure.
Charles Lee and his buddies.
I have seen what is to come if they
how-
succeed.
Let's see
They
how,
have to die,
how-
don't
how
they?
much less attractive they have become.
All of them.
Because now,
Even
now
my
they're
father.
assholes.
Especially your father.
I also
He's the
love
one
that he
holding the
knows
whole
who his
thing
father
together.
is already. Like, we don't have to,
I
like,
mean-
go through that arc. Like, he does already know.
Yeah, and it would make sense that like his mom would tell him.
Yeah.
You know?
Like,
Because
she has
it
no reason
also-
to hide it, because
No.
they don't know what these people are and what they do.
Uh-huh. It's like, hey, look, it was the heat of the moment.
So I trained in running and
We
climbing
knocked
and
boots,
fighting
and
and falling.
Here you are.
And for every lesson that concerned the body, there were
6
two
months
that
later.
concerned the mind. Language, philosophy, logic, the arts. Achilles taught most often of the
He
assassins
updated
and
on
Templars,
Charles
their
Lee,
structures,
yes.
origins, and purpose. Centuries
Oh,
of
man.
history condensed into a few short days. I told him of the men who had burned my village, of Charles Lee, and my promise to him. Achilles explained that Lee and his followers were Templars, and that they were
Please,
led
like,
by
don't
none
read
other
the
than my
monologues.
own
Can you
father.
Can you show me this by, like, some other
If
method?
I was to serve the order, these men would become my targets.
Honestly, like, if
So
he
I
had-
worked
if he kept-
harder,
if he kept a diary.
learned
All he
faster.
that needs to do
But
to-
for
to-
all
to
my
sell this, like, if
progress,
he kept a diary
it
or
was
something.
clear that I still had
Don't you
much to
wanna
learn.
know
My
what he's
training
been
had
up
only
to?
just begun.
Frankly, I do. I do want to know. I just don't want to know in this format. They, like,
Oh man.
it would be so much easier as well if he was kept keeping a diary. Like, if he was
don't know
keeping
what-
a diary of, like, what his thoughts in all of that were, then, like sure.
I don't know what it is, but I'm also just digging like the color that they've kind of gone with. Like, I don't know. It's almost like there's a filter. Well, that's
There was the sunlight. It was the light.
Yeah.
It was the morning light through the window.
now it's fucking winter as shit.
Good morning.
To you as well. You taking a trip?
I've decided to do something about the house, and you're going to help me. Get it?
You might as well.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of good to see that, like, yeah, Connor would have a positive impact on Achilles.
Because he knows what good is out there in the world. He has seen it.
Yeah. It's just a shame that Achilles also got kind of put through the ringer.
Yeah.
Don't
1770
stare.
Boston.
Sorry.
Come on.
Naive to city life.
I mean, and, you know, who could blame him?
No.
Like,
I think it's good.
This place is
for him to be
incredible.
naive to city life, especially
The
in
people,
this context.
the sounds and smells.
yeah, like
I could walk these streets for days and know not even half its wonders.
Yeah, like to him, like seeing a
I
fucking
thought
building,
the same as you
you know,
upon a
like,
time.
especially like seeing all
These
this
days,
stuff,
I
like, for the
much
first
prefer the
time.
quiet of the countryside.
But there is so much life here. So many opportunities.
For a few, my boy.
I mean, as
For
well
a
as like
few.
being a kid and like the first time you ever go to like a major city.
Yeah. We've all had that experience. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There's a store close to here. You're to buy the items on this list.
God, actually, when I think
Tell
about
them
it, I
where the
think, like,
carriage is.
some of the first
and
major
they'll
cities
see
I
that
ever went
it's
to when I was a
loaded.
kid, it was like
Understood?
Yes.
where I was
Good.
10 and like seeing
You're also
Chicago
going to need a new name.
was really crazy.
Your skin is fair enough that you might pass for one with Spanish or Italian blood.
There's been at least
Better
one time I
to
can
be
remember
thought a Spaniard
seeing
than a native.
Columbus, Ohio, which
And both are better still than I.
That is not true.
a lot of cool shit there.
What's true and what is aren't always the same.
What would you call me then?
Kana. Yes, that will be your name. All right then, off you go.
I do like the justification here. Like because he's Hathorn's child, he has enough white that he can pass. Which is like a real thing. People do like pass.
Yeah. I can.
Like that's an interesting way of like approaching it.
I can kind of speak from personal experience, although where I lived growing up as a kid, I know I've mentioned this to you, but to our audience who may not know, like yes, I came from an Indian father and a Caucasian mother, and then I grew up in a predominantly Hispanic neighborhood.
Oh.
So
So
there
you
were
passed
many
for Hispanic.
that I passed for being Hispanic, and being a stupid child, I thought I was Hispanic too, until my parents had to explain to me, no,
Yeah.
you're a different type of the brown persuasion, okay?
But what I do find that like it's cool that they don't ignore the darker aspect of the culture of America. Like,
Yeah.
it is very common for media that takes place in this particular time and place in world history to kind of gloss over a lot of that. Especially when they're like doing like heroic stories of like, oh, this is the Civil War, we beat the British back, and it was all good from here on out.
It's one of those things of like, oh, nobody was racist fighting for the North.
Lost?
Yeah. No, that was everywhere.
Yeah, it really
I
was.
need the items on this
the
list.
Thing is, like, even in this
Will you be
point,
paying with
especially,
coin or trade?
it wasn't just racism against people of different skin color. It was racism against where you were from.
Yeah.
Some of these things
Of
I
like-
have, some I don't.
Again,
Lumber's hard
you
to
know,
come by since my
America
supplier
being-
up and
trying to
vanished.
be the great
I
American
have the
melting
tools
pot,
and pitch, though.
but
Nails, too.
there was a time
Where do you
when
want this delivered?
Our wagon is
it's
near the
like,
State House.
It wasn't enough that you were white, but you were the right kind of white.
But I also like the detail that Achilles can't shop here. Because he's black.
Yeah.
I should
Like
return to Achilles.
they don't ignore that. Like
Everyone,
he is a dark-skinned man in America in the late 1700s.
house to toss some quips at the lobsters.
The reason he has Connor do this because he is not allowed to enter that building.
Some redback feathers.
It's
What happened?
fucked up.
That's what we're going to find
King
out.
Street. We'll show them.
Follow me.
It is the thing of
Down to the customs house for a spree. Come along.
Easy and tempting to gloss over that fact. So I'm glad they chose not to.
yeah, like in a perfect world, this wouldn't happen. We don't live in a perfect world. We live in a shitty world where fucking atrocities like this took place and society was this ugly.
Yeah.
And in some cases, still
Like there were
is.
great things about it. Don't get me wrong; those also happened. But like, don't use that as a justification to justify the shitty things that happen.
Nope.
And I
I
guess part of
say
that is that
again,
like
disperse!
this
Congregating in this manner
a
is
game that was
forbidden!
developed
We're not
in
going
Canada by a
anywhere,
French
bud!
company.
Why did you go back to England?
So they don't have
No
the
good can come of this
linguistic
chaos!
attachment
Return
this
to your
culture
homes, and all
that
will be
people-
forgiven! Never!
like American guys would have.
your crimes.
You're right, coward!
You don't scare us.
Pointing guns at unarmed!
We
In
ain't
this case,
afraid.
the game ends up being better for it, in my opinion.
Is that
Like,
my father?
you can't just ignore that. Like,
Yes, which means
history
trouble
was
is sure to follow.
fucking ugly.
I need you to tail his accomplice. This crowd is a powder keg. We can't allow him to light the fuse.
But
But nothing. Do as I say and go.
Am I getting my dates wrong?
Come on, you gosh-gutted coward! It doesn't shoot at me!
Hey, Lobster! Go ahead! Fire your little gun!
You red back, rum soaked, bacon faced lout! I just soon bite you! This on you!
1770 something.
On March 5th, 1770, 7 British soldiers fired into a crowd of volatile Bostonians, killing 5.
We're in Boston in
What's
1770s.
Fire at the townhouse.
So this could very well be the Boston Massacre we're going through. At this point. It's also like,
No.
again, like, it's hard to like go through like revisions to the history because an American audience knows this history.
Yeah, like,
We know it
Also-
intimately.
for reference, I did not just read that from fucking Wikipedia. This was from a nps.gov.
I wouldn't have cared if you did, truth be told.
I'm just saying. Sometimes it's good to cite your sources.
Yeah, like. I just realized, oh yeah, this is the Boston Massacre we're going through, isn't it?
Yeah.
I wonder how like, because like the game did like Italian history for the Renaissance in Ezio's time, but I wonder how much of that like people in Italy know of their that period of history.
I mean,
Like, I wonder how would Italian man playing Assassin's Creed 2.
I think there's something to be said about the
Your
fact
plot
that,
is
like,
ended.
Not quite.
Education history.
Charles Lee.
Oh, damn you! Fire!
Charles Lee got pretty much in that time.
Charles Lee shot the shot.
Yep.
That started the Boston Massacre.
This is all to make the world a better place, according to them.
Absolutely. You got to show that order reigns supreme by causing a massacre in chaos.
Like, there's something to be said about, like, okay, look, this is what we believe, and we want to show you the benefits of believing what we do. But I think there are better ways to go about that than let's fuck everything up. Like, no, you don't get to create the problem. See, and I think that's something you said right there. Is like when you are the one creating the problem,
I need to find Achilles.
maybe there's some flaws in your ideology there, buddy.
They are creating a solution, not the problem. Come on.
No,
This
no.
is the people's fault. They're just lighting the powder keg that was already
You know what
there.
the Templars are? The Templars are like the same people who sell you bullshit on infomercials that you know you don't fucking need.
No,
like-
Chris, it's worse. They're the people who like preach on TV every Sunday. They're the televangelists.
They're both. It's like, well, I mean, if it was that, they'd constantly be begging you for money for bullshit that doesn't do anything. But like, at least like the infomercial assholes, it's like they're trying to sell you garbage you don't need by coming up with problems that people don't have.
Yeah.
Has this ever happened to you? And it's like, lady's like hair is all frizzed, it's in black and white, she falls down some stairs.
Remember
all
the
because
wax
she's
vac?
trying to find- Yeah,
The
oh
vacuum
God,
for
oh
your
God,
ears.
Like, yeah, what a fucking, like, the idea of like, no, it'll suck the wax out of your ears might sound appealing, but also, the human ear is self-cleaning. I don't know if you know. And if you, the viewer at home, didn't know that, yeah, you don't need Q-tips, you don't need any of that shit. The ear is self-cleaning. God damn.
I just shower. I don't know about you.
I mean, I do too.
Oh, thanks
But-
for the heads up. The game is too loud compared to our voices.
Oh,
I wrote it
whoops.
down. That was my bad. Thank you for the heads up. And welcome to the chat. Rhythm.
Rhythm bastard.
Yes, friend of mine.
Oh man, yeah. What a.
Over here.
I don't care what the writing in any of these games say. The Templars are dicks. I'm sorry. And I'm not gonna sit here and say there's no such thing as.
You're
an
Achilles'
assassin
boy.
who's not an asshole.
Connor, was it?
I mean.
Samuel Adams.
I saw what happened at
is
the
here.
townhouse. A fine mess
Samuel
that.
Adams.
Who are you?
Samuel Adams, at your service.
Always a good decision.
Achilles asked me to get you out of Boston.
Doesn't know what a handshake is.
Explain.
The whole city's looking
doesn't.
for you.
I love that there's a lot of good detail in
A criminal stalks the
how
streets, wanted in connection with the massacre at the
how
townhouse.
they like how
Citizens
Connor
are advised to
deals
call
with
the guards if
people
they
in this
see
time.
him. £10 to whoever brings this madman
What am I
to
supposed to
justice.
do?
Wanted now.
Time to learn the notoriety system.
But you can take down these posters for a start.
Yep.
Return to me once you remove
We
the
gotta
others.
introduce shit in case this is the first game you ever play.
I've nothing more to
Also, the
say so
system
long as those
changes from
posters
game to
remain.
game. So they kind of do need to reintroduce every time.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
All right.
Because if I remember correctly, I think the game was released on Wii U.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. Because I remember there was that whole push of like, hey, look, we made something that's on par with the 360 and PS3. And it didn't go well.
Can't be seen together until these posters are gone.
I still have my Wii U plugged in today, so I gotta replace the TV that I had plugged into because it fucking died.
Many speculate as to why he acted. A show of solidarity with the protesters. Vengeance.
I am not as good as
That didn't go well.
I'm too. It's been too long.
I mean, there's also
Down those
something to be said
posters
about
and then we'll
how
talk.
this is something that I've noticed in like playing Unity and Syndicate recently is that even if you see an attack coming and you hit the counter button, sometimes it just doesn't always still work.
Yeah.
Like it's like, well, you hit it too soon, and it's like, motherfucker, he was attacking me. Or like, you know, you might have been caught in another animation, like you know, shit like that. Like this, like combat in Assassin's Creed. For
I don't like this.
all that it does.
With no forum
for
to
all
air
that
their
it does
grievances,
right,
it's little
also
wonder the citizens have done this.
Still it still wasn't the best. I mean, because I think the best that still kind of handled this at that time was still something like any of the Batman Arkham games, kind of had this thing it's still incredible. Like there were some people that like the Batman Arkham combat was so good. You had people like
So many
tired.
cards to carry. Jesus fucking Christ.
You said you shouldn't have got caught, and it's like, how was I supposed to avoid it? I feel like that's a gripe I have with some of these games where it's like they don't. It's not so bad when you get to like Syndicate and Unity, but before Unity, it felt like this feeling of the game trying to say you shouldn't have been caught, and it's like, how was I supposed to avoid that? Fuck you, like.
What was I supposed to do? I try to bring his defense, I get countered. I try to attack, I can't do any damage. I try
That
to
guy was
parry,
not
I can't
having it.
parry. What was I supposed to actually fucking do
Nothing more
there?
to say so long as those
Guy
posters
was
remain.
not having it.
Say for certain who fired the first shot. What will now suspect a man of native origin. Many speculate as to
That
why
was
he acted. acted.
Essentially
A show
kill
of
someone.
solidarity with the protesters.
Polar bear plunge happens every year. It's
For an
fine.
attack on his people. Or was it merely an act of madness? I fear we shall have no answers until he is in custody. So long as he still
I
walks
fear
the
we
streets,
shall have no
all of us
answers
are
until he's in
danger.
custody. Very enunciated.
No crap. Like, holy hell. Always good to see.
I can use
I'm
the
gonna
fucking
be
team
that guy.
after that fucking fight.
I'm gonna be that guy that is ignorant enough to say I don't know who Sam Adams was historically. I just know there's a beard index because I don't keep up with my fucking history.
I believe he was the second president.
Oh, okay. I have trouble naming presidents before Nixon. With a few exceptions.
There's so many guards here. Jesus fucking Christ. Do you have somewhere to be?
Nope. They should be here.
Maybe they'll just get bored eventually. Oh my god, he climbed up.
Getting onto a roof wasn't gonna stop him. At least these assholes would be able to deal with them. They're not fucking super soldiers like the last guy. God, these guys are just fucking like tumbling over shit.
I know,
Holy hell.
it's getting very annoying.
What are you supposed to do? God damn. Okay, that worked. Fucking later. Hey, that worked.
Saw me. Come on, leave me alone. For the love of all that is divine. God damn. There we go.
Yep. Did it.
Holy
shit.
fucking shit, dude. Do you people not have somewhere to be?
Ah, Connor. There you are. I'd like you to meet Cyrus.
Is he the killer?
Peace. Cyrus is on our side, or rather, for the right price, he will be.
Have you seen this man?
Watch and learn.
Nor the obvious, like, non-white clothing.
Oh yay, oh yay! Word has reached us that the man responsible for today's
Remember to
shooting
drive
may have
quiet.
been in disguise. A wig and makeup tin were found near the scene of the crime.
does
Witnesses
a good
describe
job,
a middle-aged gentleman of pale complexion fleeing towards the wharves, rifle in arm.
This was how
Thank you kindly,
spread this
Cyrus.
information.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
Come on, then. There's still one last bit of work to do.
There's still one last way of getting rid of the evidence.
Where are we going?
To the printer.
I mean, granted, yeah. Like,
Where do you
it's a
think all
game
those posters came from?
that they're showing
They're
you.
made by a machine.
It's just.
We need to shut it down.
Oh, holy hell!
You're now incognito.
Remember, even though your browser says incognito, doesn't mean that your ISP can't see what you're doing. That's why you should get
NordVPN.
fucking new Dark Cloud VPN. And that way, if you want to watch Japanese Netflix,
Literally,
you
the
can just-
only purpose for VPNs is to watch shows out of your country.
Yeah, there
is no other purpose for that shit. That like all of that sponsorship shit is a lie.
Yeah, I forget who it was in particular that talked about how like
It wasn't leading
you know,
anywhere. I was supposed to lead him somewhere. Okay.
like subscription VPNs aren't this fucking like super defense secrecy bullshit that you think it is.
No.
But they do have their uses, especially if you want to watch crap in other territories.
I can go by rooftop and meet you there.
And the same also works for like PC game storefronts as well. Like
Yeah. We're gonna read
Where are we going?
To the printer. Where do you think all those posters came from? They're made by a machine. We need to shut it down. Damn it,
now
we're
you
too
gotta
late.
sabotage the printer.
They've set up a checkpoint. Come on. This way.
I can go by rooftop and meet you there.
No. Better you learn about the tunnels now.
Tunnels?
The Masons have a whole network of them under the city.
Freemasons.
They're quite useful when speed and secrecy are
Oh,
required.
right. I mean, you know, gets the job done.
Yeah. I believe that's how they explain fast travel.
Yeah.
You can explore
Goes for the-
tunnels, but I don't think I ever did in my original run of the game.
I can't remember. Like, anytime it comes to like again like this series, I just always think of it's faster to just be on rooftops. Why the fuck would you not be? Like
It's you want to hear the funniest thing of Assassin's Creed, the funniest little trick. It's actually not faster than rooftops.
really.
The amount of time you will spend getting chased by guards is worse than just running across the streets.
Yeah.
It is cooler to use the rooftop, so that's why most people do it.
Parkour.
But the actual honest to God truth is that it is faster to just walk on the streets.
I mean, and especially when like it's so easy to blend into a crowd and like get lost, like in the way that like when you're trying to lose attention and it's easy to fade into a crowd. And I still remember, from what I can remember from the very first game, like that was always like such a good thing of like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna go through this crowd of people because this is way useful than just trying to walk by rooftop or something.